And a very, very warm welcome along, everybody. I tell you what, there are some days where I get myself all prepared and I'm ready for stream about an hour and a half beforehand. Today is not one of those days. I have rushed around like a headless chicken for the last couple of minutes, getting everything sorted for this backport. But how is everybody doing here on this Wednesday afternoon? It's so good to be back here in the daytimes. And it's not Wednesday at all, I lie, it's Thursday, goodness me. Welcome into Titanium Werewolf. How have we done this? Through the magic of ROM editing. Welcome into Dante Malik, I hope you're doing very well today. Welcome in Kanbei, Tom Fanto, the lovely Jacob, the fantastic Kangastan with his incredible Pokemon series. And we have many other people in as well, such as A Gamer's Tale, welcome in, and of course Chad Northern and Royal K-Man. I hope I've not missed anybody there. I think Chad Northern's comment has disappeared, but I hope everyone's doing very, very well. Let's get the graphics up. They're not the graphics, they are the graphics. We are running Togedemaru. Now, just before we get into the run, I want to point out that Togedemaru is a physical attacker. You can see in the base stat totals there, we've got 98 in physical attack, but just 40 in special attack. So what I have done is I've kind of taken a hybrid of its Gen 7 and Gen 9 learn set, Gen 8 learn sets, I beg your pardon, and smooshed them together, which is why we're going to be learning Fell Stinger at level 31. And I think that is going to be a big key to helping us out in this run. So let's now take a look at the stats of our Togedemaru, who's called Sophocles. We have 23 HP at level 5. We're holding a berry and our moves are Nuzzle and Tackle. We've got 16 in attack, 12 in defense, just 9 in special attack, 12 in special defense, and 16 in speed. They're the stats we're running with. Hopefully we'll have no technical issues with this backport. And welcome in Harley for the very first time in a live stream. And welcome in to Bob Knoll and Joel Cost as well. Oh, and organising a room full of documents. That doesn't sound fun. Can we get the timer going? That's enough waffling. Let's see how we do in this run. And to make things even more complicated, we're doing a new routing in Kanto. Welcome in, Hayden. I hope you're having a lovely start to your day. So you can see Nuzzle really does not do much at all. Even though it's Stab, Nuzzle is only 20 base power. So we're going to be looking for some Pidgey really to beat up in the early game. I think at the moment Tackle's going to have to be our main move. Now this is Gen 2 Tackle, so it's lower base power and does have the chance to miss. Yes, it is like a Magnemite with a proper learn set. That really is the best comparison we've got. Thank you for the compliments on the back sprite. I was worried that the tail might be a little too small. But I think it's had a good job done with it. This is one of the patented Squidgy original back sprites. So it looks how it looks, ostensibly. I do have a couple of backports up my sleeve, just in case this one races through the game. So we'll see how Togedemaru goes, and if we've got time, we'll do another one afterwards. And as with all of my backports, I don't play them through to completion beforehand, because I want our first experience to be together. Because that's how every run is here on the channel. We always do first impressions. Now I am very worried about Cyndaquil igniting us when it comes to Rival 2. Because we cannot learn Mud Slap. That was one of the things we put in for balance with this one. No Mud Slap. Which really means I should have picked Hidden Power Ground. But I've just gone for perfect DVs, I believe. Yes, perfect DVs. Just checking the new overlay there. It's very handy having the hidden power type and its power on screen. Because it means if I do mess up with setting the DVs, it's staring me in the face. And that has happened more often than I care to admit. We've learned Defense Curl. We can pair that up with Rollout later on. We decide to go a Defense Curl Rollout strat. That will help us out with fire types. And yes, round boy time. Welcome in, Peach. How are you this morning? And of course, we're going to be weak to Falkner's Mud Slap because we're Steel type. And in fact, we're going to be 4 times weak because we're Electric type. So Falkner could prove to be a bit of a wall. Then we do have the 100% chance of paralysis with Nuzzle. So it's going to be very interesting to see how Togedemaru plays. I'm glad you like the new font. I tried to go for something a little bit more legible. Welcome in, Zack Attack. I hope you're having a great day. Yes, Nuzzle is a damaging Thunder Wave. Just a little bit overpowered. Introduced in Generation 6. So we're going to do full trainers up to Falkner. I think that's going to be the best plan of attack. I am half tempted to do early Sprout Tower, you know. Because Vine Whip's barely going to tickle us. Togedemaru's a Pikachu clone, so it's got middle-of-the-road stats. We are very fortunate that it's got a couple of standout stats, those being attack and speed, which just so happens to line up with what we like in challenge runs. I think our best option is to probably try and get up to 13. So maybe even do full trainers in Sprout Tower. Because we're not going to take that much damage. I do like Togedemaru. I am very fond of all of the Pikachu clones, barring maybe Plus or Minun. I feel like those two, because they're designed as a pair, they don't quite work in solo playthroughs. So it's not that difficult at all to backport. Honestly, I found a tutorial on the disassembly for Pokémon Crystal. If you go to github.com and search for the Pokémon Crystal disassembly, there's a whole tutorials page showing how to backport Pokémon, how to backport moves, how to do even things like the Fairy type, the extra experience groups from Gen 3, the physical special splits. You name it, there's probably a tutorial for it. It is the sprite work that does take the time. The sprite work is very difficult. And as somebody who is not an artist by any stretch of the imagination, I have had to do an awful lot of learning. I'm not 100% sure on the growth rate. As soon as we lose the berry, we'll be able to find that out. Or if someone could do a quick Google for me, please. During my first break, if somebody could remind me, I'll get a link to the tutorials up on screen. Because I would highly recommend people giving it a go for themselves. It's an awful lot of fun. Yes, that double battle in Ruby, Sapphire and Emerald. I cannot stand that battle. It is one of the most annoying battles in all of the game. I know exactly who you mean. I always forget just how tanky Hoothoot is. That was a 3-shot. But we should be fine. We're not going to need to struggle for this battle. Thank you, Lucas. Medium fast for the Togedemaru. So we'll paralyze the Hoothoot to begin with. And we are looking at being a level 13 for Falkner, which is what we're after. Because that means we'll have Thundershock. The most annoying status condition is paralysis by far. It's far too common in Johto. The Steel Soccer Ball is doing very well so far. Boo, the work internet doesn't like Bulbapedia. That's a bit of a scam, isn't it? It is nice to take just 1 damage from that pesky Spearow, which has hurt us on many occasions. We should grow to level 13 off this trainer here. Birdkeeper Rod, I forgot his name then. And we've learnt Thundershock. Not a second too soon for that either. So let's now do Falconer and see how we get on with Thundershock. We one-shot with a critical hit. And it's going to be a two-shot. It all depends on the accuracy which we hit. So we are through Falconer. That's one of our bigger tests in 8 minutes and 7 seconds. Very pleased with that Falconer fight. Yes, Togedemaru only has 40 in special attack. Thank you for the link to the tutorial, Kim. It's called soccer in some parts of the world. Good morning, D1. How are you today? Oh, you're not feeling very well. I should have read the whole message, shouldn't I? I hope you feel better. If you can take the day off and you think it'll be better for you longer term, then absolutely do it. There is absolutely no sense in feeling rotten at work. You probably, if you're anything like me, if you're feeling ill while trying to do work, you do really not the best work, should I say. And yes, that was a very clean first gym. I'm happy with that. Togedemaru is going to be a very strange run because we're going to have Pokemon that we come up against that will just absolutely wipe the floor with us. And then there'll be other Pokemon which we just decimate. Oh no, a super uncomfortable lecture. I hope it goes quickly for you, Jacob. There's absolutely something going around at the moment, isn't there? I caught the bug that was going around, and you might still be able to hear it in my voice. I'm still a little bit hoarse. I have a tendency to pick up infections because I've got low white blood cell counts. And welcome in, Gemma Barnes. I hope you're doing very well. Am I making it up, Gemma, or did you have an interview the other day? Goodness, we're straight to Christmas, skipping Halloween. Honestly, that's not a bad idea. I really hope those interviews have gone well for you, Gemma. There's an absolute bunch of rubbish that you got let go. I started listening to a little bit of Christmas music. I think it's about the right time. I think it's only fair to have an exception for snacking with that combo. Oh no, a bee got in Sombrero Pharaoh. That's not good. Can you just stop looking this way for 1 second? Thank you. Goodness me. I like snacking. I've got some Rocky bars in front of me. See, we don't really have Thanksgiving. It's a very common thing here in the United Kingdom. So we go straight from Halloween to Christmas. It was misbehaving. They're the caramel ones. We have everything to be thankful for over here. We're thankful for Pokemon. Right, let's buy some repels, shall we? Let's get 8. I think we'll do that routine. And we'll buy 5 super potions and save the rest of our money. Now, there was a bit of a debate when we were backporting Togedemaru as to whether we should give it Thunder Punch, and I decided against it, just because I don't think its arms are long enough. Now, we're going to pause the timer to catch the HM Friends, because there's a huge element of RNG involved in catching the HM Friends. And we want to make it as fair as possible for all the Pokemon. So we keep the timer paused while we're in the Ilex Forest. So we're looking for a Psyduck and a Paras in this forest. And then we'll be able to carry on with our lives with the rest of the run. Psyduck's at 10% and Paras is 5%. And Paras is out first today. So all of you on Team Paras, please do rejoice. You've beaten Psyduck to the bucket today. To the bucket, pipped it to the post, not beaten to the bucket. That's not a sentence, is it? Well, you never know, we could make beat into the bucket a thing. Oh, if Pokemon were real creatures, I'd probably want a Dedenne. I've got really bad signal in my house with TV. I'm too allergic to anything pollen to have a grass type as a pet. Paris does keep beating the odds. And there we have both of our lovely HM friends, so we'll unpause the timer and go to Slowpoke Well. Now, it's only a 2% chance of getting an encounter on any tile, so I generally decline to use Repel here. Eevee would be a fun pet to have. I like the idea of a Meowth for those difficult parts of the month. You just get it to use Payday and suddenly you've got a few extra pence to your name. I'm going to have to reorder these moves. There we go. Tackle in second spot. Grab the Super Potion. After stream D1, if you do need some assistance, providing I'm still awake, I'll be happy to help you out, see where's going wrong with Regieleki. Jigglypuff to get rid of Insomnia would be bad, and that'd be a better idea than getting like a Drowsy for it, because Drowsy would eat your dreams in return. Oh yeah, the inflation would be through the roof if Meowth were a common pet. I don't know, I reckon a Gibble might be able to cope. It's always good to have second pair of eyes on a project. That's why we've been backporting. There's the little backporting group in my Discord server. And honestly, I think just having that small group of close friends is very, very helpful. I definitely wouldn't want to do it with anyone who I'm not close with, though. That is true about the Growlithe line. If it goes cold, it'll keep you warm. But what happens in the middle of summer? Like, if we get another 40-degree heat wave in the UK, Growlithe would make that, what, 55, 60 degrees indoors? That'd dry out your plaster on the walls. Now, we did get paralysed there, but that is why we pick up the full heal. And we're going to use a berry because we're already holding one. Yes, the Togedemaru is known as Sophocles. Welcome in, RJ. I hope you're having a fantastic start to your Thursday. Two shots on the Metapod. Kakuna can't even hit us, I don't think. And then we're on to the Scyther. Scyther is, of course, weak to electric-type moves. And so we get through very, very quickly. And we get the option to learn Pin Missile. But we're going to decline that because it's a terrible move. Hive Badge in 15 minutes and a single second. I've been looking at the Gen 9 starters, but some of their moves are a little too complex for my small brain at the moment. But it's a learning process. Definitely doing more complicated backports than I was, say, this time 2 weeks ago. Do you mind, Ghastly? I'm going to nuzzle this thing to try and paralyze it. Then I think Tackle's going to be our best move. There we go. Perfect bit of RNG luck there. We'll finish off this Zubat with a Thunder Shock. And we're through Rival 2 without a reset. Excellent. Yes, knowledge is absolutely power in backporting. Now we'll stick these repels right up to the tippy top. And we'll carry on with the run. It'd be nice to have a really easy Whitney fight for once. We're going to resist everything she can throw at us. And we also have a very, very high speed stat ourselves. Now I did that extra bit of movement there to make sure that our repel wore off just when we hit this tree. Because then what we can do is we can stay in the bag and use repel without menuing twice. And then we just need to cut there and we're through the tree. Now, we're not going to learn headbutts, so we're going to do the short route through the Ilex Forest. I reckon we'll outspeed the mill tank, you know. Our issue is going to be the Clefairy. If the Clefairy metronome's a ground type move, then we are a little bit banjaxed. Well, very lucky there that tackle hits. That could have been a bit of a dangerous battle. And now we'll take on Specsavers so we can catch our next HM friend. I really recommend playing Gen 2. I think it's a lot of fun. And we're going to pause the timer to catch our Abra. Abra's 10% around these parts. Yes, Gen 1 and 2 are absolutely much more fun when you have an emulator with speed up. Not that I'm using an emulator now with speed up. I'm using a very special Game Boy Color. Comes with its own Xbox controller, don't you know? Starting to wonder if Abra has maybe disappeared into the ether. I did a run earlier today, the little practice run, and it came up as my first encounter. So I think I'm being punished for the good luck off-stream. Set a new PB actually off-stream. I got a 109, but it won't count because I was using instant text. Just wanted to see the difference that instant text can make. Ooh, excellent payday for you today. There's an Abra. Let's rewind back in time. And let's chuck a great ball at it. And of course, it doesn't want to stay in the ball, so we'll rewind back in time again. That's another special feature of this special Game Boy Color. Yes, hashtag Team Abra, it has finally appeared. We'll set our teleport spot in Goldenrod City, and we'll go and grab the bike. Now, the bike is actually necessary for the new routing that we're doing. Because we're going to be going down Cycling Road a little bit later on. We absolutely do need the bike. Team Psyduck, welcome in, Cygnus. How are you today? Let's take that mail off Kenya. We'll swap Kenya and Paris. We'll swap Abra and Psyduck. Right, let's take on the lovely Kim's Mad World. Our speed effort isn't actually that terrible. Yes, it is a special Game Boy from my uncle who works at Nintendo. Ooh, £25 on the premium bonds. Very nice. Yes, it must be, what, 9 o'clock in the morning for you, Cygnus? I think that's the time difference. Don't quite know where you are in the United States. I'm assuming you're in the United States, but I have a feeling you're 5 hours to the behind of the United Kingdom. And now that we've got Dig, we're going to teach that to our Paris. We'll also teach Sweet Sense at the same time. You're just ending your day, Delano. I hope you have a lovely sleep. We're going to shimmy around these moves. So we're going to have Flash at the top, Dig in second place, and Sweet Sense in fourth place, I beg your pardon. Good morning to you, Newton. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely start of your day in Jamaica. It's called Sophocles because in the anime, I believe that Sophocles did own a Togedemaru. Sophocles Togedemaru, I think, was female though, and this is a male Togedemaru. Now we're going to grab the rollouts TM here. Not going to teach it, but it is nice to have it in case we replace it. Good morning, Euro. I hope you're having a lovely start to your day in Texas. And I hope that you're avoiding that nasty weather that's incoming in the northwestern part of Texas today. But if the weather is hitting you, I hope you're staying safe. Yes, Sophocles was male, so it does kind of work out in the end, doesn't it? Yes, of course, there are no abilities here in Gen 2. At the moment, we are currently looking at getting a truant slacking. I know a little about an awful lot, can't they? We're looking at getting a truant slacking in at some point. Payday, I will take that. Happy to have extra money in this run. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to nuzzle this cow. Then we're just going to start thundershocking it, I think. And of course, she's not been paralysed once. What absolute nonsense there. The run was going very well, Seth, until this cow... Oh, for goodness sake, we're taking a reset. We're not being sung. What was this about saying that Whitney was going to be easy? You can never predict the Whitney battle. Oh, goodness me, meditates. Thank goodness the double slap missed. I really don't like that cow either. Could get a defense curl up. Yes, you did see a reset. Oh, goodness me. There we go. Got a few para hacks again. I have completely messed up my splits there. Pressed 8 once too much because I split early on Whitney. Welcome in, Paul Anthony. How are you today? I hope your Thursday treated you very, very well. So I think it's the evening for you. Or I could just be chatting nonsense. Welcome in, Simple K Lover. Right, let's speak to a very, very grumpy tree. Yes, Miltank is always a bit of a troublemaker. Are we going to get our mandatory Stantler? No, we're getting a Spinnerack. I've actually recorded the Spinnerack run. I am very pleased to announce that. I am doing very well, thank you. How are you, Simple K Lover? So yes, we now actually do have a Spinnerack run all recorded. And I'll let you into a little secret. We use Dig. We actually use a 2-turn move. Which, those of you who are regulars here on the channel, you will know I have such disdain for 2-turn moves usually. But in this instance, it was actually worth doing. I am so excited to release that run. Genuinely, I think it might be one of my favourite runs that I've ever done. And it surprised me with its time. Togedemaru is very, very unbalanced. At the moment, we are very much relying on our weaker special attack. Yes, I did get over my fear of spiders enough to do Spinnerack. It was actually the day after a spider fell on me while I was working at my desk. I was just like, that's the sign you've got to get Spinnerack done. We do have 3 weaknesses with fire, fighting, and a 4x2 ground. But we do only get damaged normally by water-type Pokemon, I do believe. Dugtrio is faster than Zapdos, goodness me. Although Dugtrio is a very nippy Pokemon, isn't it? Right, so we're going to go and get Hidden Power and open up the Lake of Rage. I doubt we'll be using Hidden Power, but it's nice to have in our arsenal just in case. We're going to skip Pokemon Maniac Miller today, because I have a feeling that his Nidoking would just beat us up, take our lunch money, so we're not going to do that. However, I think we can take on a Lickitung here. I'm excited as well, D1. Very much enjoy your content. Metal Claw, it's not the greatest move, but we're going to teach it anyway. And I'm possibly about to sneeze. I'm going to try and shimmy my nose a little bit and try and make it not come through. There's nothing worse than either sneezing or having the hiccups when you're on air. Or I suppose burping as well, I've done that a couple of times. back when I worked at the casino, I had quite a nasty burp. Oh, your first solo run in X and Y. I very much love those games. Pacing's a little bit skew-if, but X and Y are very good games. Now, I've picked up the text there, not to teach, but to sell for money. I don't believe Jasmine Steelix has any ground-type moves. Might have Magnitude, though. I know it has Rock Throw. Perugli's very, very nippy. Sleep well, Delano. Thank you for popping in. I hope you have a wonderful, restful sleep. Kind of goofed here by teaching Metal Claw when we've got to take on a Wooper. And in hindsight, maybe we should have taught Hidden Power Ground. Goodness, Metal Claw is a bad move, isn't it? Parafusion on this poor little Togedemaru. We're going to have to take a teleport here. Yeah, I am thinking that I have messed up with the Hidden Power type, but that's part of the first instincts, and we can always do a redo in a couple of months' time for good old Togedemaru. Where's Mantine when you need it? It's 4 times weak. Gyarados 2, I would be worried about Gyarados though. Not quite sure why. I feel like Mantine is a lot more placid than Gyarados. Welcome in, Malik. I hope you're having a great day. Grab the nugget, we'll sell that for some protein later on, and we're going to reunite the married couple now. You hate this day. I hope that your day improves then, Malik. I think we should be good to take on a Meowth. Yeah. My favourite Pika clone is probably Dedenne. But it's very, very close between Pachirisu, Dedenne, and Togedemaru. I have such a soft spot for the electric rodents. Even Emolga isn't terrible. The only ones I don't really have a soft spot for are Plusle and Minun. Right, let's buy some repels, shall we? We'll get 11 repels. Also going to restock on some super potions as well. And let's go and get strength. I've liked Pachirisu for many, many years. I was a member of my first Diamond team. I remember importing that from the US all the way back in 2007 because I wanted to play it early. Now, even though this trainer's a bird keeper, I doubt it's worth taking him on. Don't know why I repelled there. I meant to potion. Let's bring those super potions up to the top now. I like Alolan Raichu. Yes, they were very dark times when regions had differing release times. Let's swap back in. Hope we don't get caught in a raw loop. So unfortunately, Psyduck there has gained a bit of experience. Grown to level 8, but it's a roaring Pokemon that's a mandatory trainer. Not much we could do there. Gen 6. Oras was the last time we had differing release dates. Oras was released a week later in Europe. Which was incredibly frustrating as a European. Thank you for popping in, Simple K Lover. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. And we had just enough power points to get through this lighthouse. Neither do I, Kanbei. I very much couldn't stand staggered release dates. Totally get it though, they had to do translation for the European market. Do we have any regular repels left? Yes, we do. So just use a regular repel here. Rival 3 time, not feeling that positive. We might need to chop and change the learn set a little bit. Thank you for popping in, Seth. I hope you have a lovely time at work. The translation wasn't so much for the English language, it was to get some of the European languages in. And yes, I did need to convert it to PAL and CCAM, I think, for the French audience. So we talked rollouts now. And of course it misses. I'm not a big fan of rollout. There's nothing I can do about the splits, Gemma. I split early for Whitney. I did mention it at the time. So we are through Rival 3 with just one reset. And trying to think if we should go fully special soon. It's easy to miss a comment like that. If this was a pre-record, I'd just fix it in post-processing. How dare you spite me, Ghastly? It's 95% accurate, but I think it's currently running at about 70% accuracy. Gonna do the extra battle in here. And we get paralysed. My day is going very well, thank you, Gearbox. How are you today? Paralysis really is my least favourite stasis condition. Yeah, 9.5% accurate. Check the disassembly after stream, make sure I didn't mess up a number. I'm glad you're doing good, Gearbox. Oh, we totally could backport the wide lens. But, unfortunately, that would be not in keeping with the spirit. Felstinger, absolutely 100% yes. Put it in my veins now, please. I love Felstinger. So yeah, we're going purely physical now. Yes, Felstinger is 50 base power. Felstinger's effect is sorted, yes. And we have a time of 34:36 for Morty. Stick on our final regular repel. We'll need to move those super repels up in a moment or two. Yes, it got a buff, I believe, in Gen 7. Because this is a Gen 7 Pokemon, we're using the buffed Felstinger. They are relatively easy, Luke. We managed to get light clay working, so I can't see any issues with things like the heat rock or the damp rock. Right, so we have the type disadvantage at this gym. And we don't have the best physical defense in the world. Thank you for popping in, Metal Hammer. I hope things fix themselves at work for you. Alolan Ninetales has already been backported. Oh, that is very kind of you to say, Gerald. So yes, Alolan Ninetales has already had its backport, and here is the beauty of Felstinger. Our attack has just gone up 3 stages. So every time Felstinger KOs a Pokemon, our attack will increase by 3 whole stages. Oh! Felstinger's slightly bugged. Although that might just be the text. So that went up. Oh, thank you so much, Kumbe. That is so kind of you for gifting 5 memberships. You really didn't have to. But congratulations to Franco Faustini, to Javon Morris Byam, to Joe, to Hex Tech Hunter, and to Little Chizzy. All of you who got your gift memberships courtesy of the lovely Kumbe. That is so very kind of you. Thank you so much. Gotta be honest, I wasn't paying attention to that fight. I don't know why Felstinger's neutral, actually. And we have the Storm Badge in 3741. We're doing the sprite work for Alolan Ninetales as we speak. The Pokemon is fully functional, we just need to get its sprite looking less terrible, to be perfectly honest with you. Now I do just need to refresh my alerts so that we can see the player character again. It increases by 3, I believe. I will double check that on my first break. Which will be coming up at Jasmine. So I just need a little bit of focus to get some moves sorted. And then we'll fly to the Lake of Rage. I can have a look at chat again. I always try and read all the chat, Gerald. Oh, I see the issue. Felstinger is showing as a normal type move. So what I need to do is... That didn't get picked up in testing. I am going to pause the time here at Lance. And I'm going to very quickly sort that out. So I shall do that on stream. I'll keep my microphone live. So Felstinger is the move. And that is a bug type move, not a normal type move. So if we save that there, and then what I need to do is I need to open up the software to actually do the backport. So that is change directory into ROM hacks, Pokémon Crystal, Togedemaru. And if we run a make on that now, that should all be fixed. So it will just take us a hot second to do. I have realised the timer is still going. Just count that as part of the mess at Chuck's gym, because we had a neutral Felstinger there. I was thinking it was a little bit strange. We're just waiting for this to all make itself up now. That could be a second or two, so we do need to recompile. And I'm going to take a cheeky little drink while we're doing this. And make is taking a very long time to actually happen this time. going through all the files now. And there we go, we've got a new version of this made. So now what I need to do is I need to change that to Togedemaru in its name. It's normally very, very rapid. It's just because I'm streaming. So we'll do a hard save here. Then we're going to reopen Togedemaru's little cheeky file. And if we do that, and we mess up there, so we're going to reopen it again. Pokémon moves, and we can see Felstinger's now bugged. Apologies for that. We did get it fixed all on stream though, and you can see here my cheeky little stats that I've got on screen. They're normally covered by the game, so I get some little extra bits of info just to help me with things like vitamins. Right, let's unpause the timer and let's carry on. We'll still take our first break as usual at Jasmine. Pulling back the little curtain there, though. Show you how things really work around these parts. So I have stats on screen for things like how many vitamins I can still use. And we're confused. Thank you for your comments about your very kind words about my voice. And our attack is now way up, which is what we like to see. In fact, let's do a rollout. Finish off this grunty grunt. Now, I am a little bit worried, actually, about the Magnemite line, so this will be a good litmus test. We shall use a super potion. And then we'll see how it goes. Very glad that we only had a single turn confusion there. I reckon, you know, that Felstinger might be the way to go. And it seems to be just raising by 2. Because it will cap out. I had a little check of the code while I was doing the renaming of the type. Oh, thank you so much, Peach. That is far too kind of you. There are another 5 gift memberships up for grabs. So congratulations to Felix Kendall Municia. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Apologies if I'm not. To Gerald of Rivia, to Tez, to Kieran Anderson, and to David M. Congratulations to all of you for getting your gifted membership, courtesy of the wonderful Peach. And if you are in chat, please do remember to say thank you to Peach. And say thank you to Kambe if you got one off them, because it is so very, very kind of them. It really is not anything I ever expect from anybody. I do this just to have a lovely hangout with all of you wonderful people. So if you can't afford a membership or you can't afford to do anything like a super chat, please do not feel guilty at all. I am here just for having the fun. I'm not here to have the gift memberships or anything like that. Being completely honest with all of you, the ad revenue from the streams is more than enough to cover any costs I incur doing these. Oh, thank you so much, Lucas, for the 5 months at Pokeball tier. And for your very kind words as well. You're going to break me. You're going to make me cry. I'm so very glad a break is coming up in just a few moments' time. Because I'm getting all overwhelmed here. Let us now refresh the alerts because they've gone kaput again. Goodness me. And let's just beat everything up with Felstinger, shall we? Executive is now prying into something or other. Don't know where that sentence was going, honestly. And thank you so much for Gemma Barnes at 6 months at Pokeball tier. That is very kind of you, Gemma. I really wish you, people who are renewing, got that little box at the top. That's going to be one of my things for feedback on YouTube. And those of you who are now channel members, you do get access to all the wonderful emotes that we've got here on the channel. And I'm allowed to call them wonderful because I've not made any of them. It's all courtesy of some very, very lovely people. For instance, the Teddy Ursa there was made by the ever wonderful Kim's Mad World. The Shuckle there was made by the lovely Meowxie. I love that Teddy Ursa. The Pidgey was made by the fantastic Masala for Madhavi. Well, I think it's having a very, very busy time with this at the moment. The Macago, another Meowxie classic there. And Kenya was made, I believe, by Choco Snicky. Oh, goodness me, we're out of... I nearly swore then, actually. We're out of Fell Stinger, that's not good. But we are through this horrible, horrible part of the run. We're through the first of 3 big slogs. Let's heal up. There are a lot of boring parts of Gen 2. I will absolutely concede that, Peter. And I get rid of them all in the edits because I don't want to voice them over, and I know that people don't really enjoy seeing those parts. Price should be a pushover. Almost one shot on the pile of swine. I reckon that's a range. And we're through Price in a time of 45 minutes and 5 seconds. I played the ever-loving heck out of this as a kid. Of course I'm smiling, Malik. I'm here with all you lovely people. 37's about average for medium-fast Peach. Generally hits around about 37, and we did skip a couple of trainers. Gonna get the King's Rock next. We're also gonna get the charcoal just to sell for money. Oh, thank you so much, Kim, for the €2.49. That is very kind of you. And whenever you're ready, Stream Elements, please show that notification. In your own time, Stream Elements, I do want to emphasise that we are live right now. I think that's pretty obvious anyway. But if you could do your job, Stream Elements, that would be fantastic. I'm trying to give an item here and it's just not happening, is it? There we go, the King's Rock's now been given. We shall dig out, and where are we going next? Goodness knows where. Let's go to Goldenrod. Ooh. Pumpkin Spice Latte sounds vile, honestly. But then I'm not a big fan of coffee or pumpkin. And I really wish I could have some lamb and mashed potatoes. But unfortunately, I can't digest red meat. There we go, Stream Elements. Better late than never. So thank you once again, Kim, for the $2.49. Let's now sell some stuff we're not going to be using. We'll get rid of 3 nuggets. We'll get rid of the charcoal, which is ostensibly selling another nugget. Right, we can't learn Dynamic Punch. We are not going to use Hidden Power. Not going to Icy Wind. I don't think we can learn Shadow Ball. Can't learn Mud Slap. Can't learn Detect. Don't want to use Attract. Don't want to use Fury Cutter. We're in the money now. We've got 75,000 Pokédollars. So what are we going to do? We can have a further 7 proteins in, so we'll buy 5 of those. And I reckon we're best off with a couple of iron as well. So let's now stick in 6 protein. And then we'll also use our pair of iron as well. Right, let us now take on Jazz. Double Shiny Slugma, big congratulations. I do like the Pikachu clones, though I do love all rodents. Dedenne is my favourite as well, Peach. And we will be running Fairy-type Dedenne very, very soon. Oh no, you've not had any appetite since Saturday. I hope it comes back for you soon, Malik. Right, let us now... I think we're actually going to hold the Paralysed Cure Berry here. And I just gave it the King's Rock. Emolga's not bad. Emolga is not bad at all. Yeah, we're going to do Paralyzed Cure Berry, and I think we're going to Felt Stinger. We're confused, which isn't great. This is going to be a tricky battle. Seeing as Irontail is hitting every single time, we really do need to check her handbag for the secret potion. So we're going to start off with a defense curl and hope for the best, really. Secret potion, prophecy of Jasmine, more like. Sonic Boom is good. The less it goes for Thunder Wave, the better. That gets her into healing range. We've finally got an attack increase from Metal Claw. Irontail is dealing barely any damage. And then we're just about through. Goodness me. That was tricky, but we did manage to fluke our way through. And yes, I think it is Pokeoids. Now we're going to teleport back to Goldenrod City. We're going to go into the Pokemon Center. And we're going to pause the timer at 50:23. Because it's time for our first break of the run. Take a break every 45 minutes to an hour or so. Just so that I can stretch up and wet my whistle and get refocused for the next part of the run. So we shall be back in just a couple of moments. And we are back. Thank you so much for your patience there. In the words of the lovely Nurse Joy, thank you for waiting. We are ready to carry on, and we're going to do the rocket section. I do believe that Horlucha can learn fly. The beauty of the Gen 6 regional decks is it's massive. So you do have plenty of choices in Gen 6. Nice critical hit there on the Arbok. The good thing is we cannot get poisoned. That's something I really like about Gen 6. You get the fossils very early. I think you get them before the second gym, in fact. So you do have the options to have Pokemon like Tyrantrum on your team. It went boom. I do like steel types. And we've got a little shortcut opened up there. I do need to move Felstinger out of top spot with all these poison types. X and Y randomizers sound like a lot of fun, especially if they're all doubles. I prefer double battles over single battles myself. Porygon wasn't playing ball with us there, but we got through it in the end. X and Y is really good for a vanilla playthrough. The only thing you've got to watch out for with X and Y is the pacing. Like, there's a huge gap between gyms 1 and 2. I think coughing and wheezing might sneakily be a bit of an Achilles heel for Sophocles. Because Smokescreen can really reduce our accuracy. Case in point, right now. Though I do think we can survive another self-destruct. Providing we actually get a move hit. There we go. I just want to see something. No, he's got Specsaver's vision. So even though we opened up the shortcut, we still have to take on this horrible set of Magnemite. We are actually at risk of fainting against these Magnemite. If Metal Claw missed, we'd have been knocked out. Goodness me. Though it is good to know that you can get an extra level or so for those Magnemite by doing that routing. Been working an awful lot on routing lately. And we are going to be seeing the introduction of a new Kanto routing today, which I'm kind of excited about. Now, I don't plan on teaching Thunderbolt, but in case we need it, we are going to pick up the coin case, just in case. Yeah, Gen 6 is the fun kind of easy, thank goodness. Yes, Felstinger can boost. You're stuck in a Nuzlocke in Gen 6? Oh no. Thank goodness we still had that Paralyzed Kyuberry on. I swear there's something up with the accuracy checks in this game. Honestly, I can't help you out with the routing in Red Kanbei. I know very, very little about anything Gen 1. Gen 2 was the generation I started with. I always think there's no right or wrong way to play Pokemon as long as you're having fun. So if you don't feel like you want to Nuzlocke, then don't Nuzlocke. Right, let's open up these doors. And then let's carry onwards and upwards. That is true, grinding a full team in the Johto games is quite painful. Spark. We'll get rid of Defense Curl. It's probably going to be a temporary move, though. Exactly. There's no wrong way to play any game as long as you get fun out of it. Like, if you want to play a game with cheats on, then there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Same if you want to play a game on easy, if you want to play it on the hardest difficulty, it's whatever gets the most fun out of a game. And if anyone tells you otherwise, they're just being a bit elitist. My issue comes when you then compare two unequal gameplays together. So, for instance, if I was playing with instant text from the beginning of the game, then that's going to shave off, what, 10 minutes on the run, I think, from my testing earlier today? So, like, comparing a run with fast text with a turbo button to a run with instant text, you're always going to have disparity with the times. The same with me, I use a turbo button, and someone like Luke doesn't currently use a turbo button. Therefore, Luke's times are going to be slower than mine because he's not skipping through the text as fast. Then they're all perfectly legit ways to play. I just use turbo button because I started messing up my thumb. Yeah, Luke's thumbs must have biceps. I didn't use turbo button for the first 4 months that I was recording for the channel. And I had to take a relatively long break earlier this year, actually, because I didn't use turbo. My thumb just completely went kaput. Ooh, only Pokemon with 4 times weaknesses. That's a very, very good idea. In fact, that's something that, Luke, if you're still around, might be worth talking about. Because I think that would be a very good run for you. Because you are very much the expert with multi-Pokemon playthroughs. It's exactly what I was fearful of against this Arbok. Getting paralysed. It's all because Rollout missed. Rollout is not a good move. I know a lot of people sing its praises. But genuinely, I don't like Rollout. See, we took a feint there. Because Rollout missed. But we should get through this time with no issue. Even with our relatively paltry special attack. Yes, it is very much a game of chance because it locks you in for 5 moves as well. But in some instances like this, it works perfectly. And we're through big slog number 2 of the run. Let's get the pink bow because we'll absolutely be using return at some point. And we mustn't forget the radio card. Now we take a little trip back to Mahogany Town. Grab the elixir. And we'll start heading through the ice path. Gonna teach Whirlpool and Waterfall at the same time, save a bit of time in the menu. Stick on another Super Repel, and away we go once more. Oh, Iron Tail is far, far too inaccurate for me. We've seen how bad Metal Claw is at 95, so having a move at 75 accuracy, absolutely not. Because it doesn't have any of the benefits of things like the 50-50 moves. Like Stab Zap Cannon absolutely has a use case. Just going to do that loop again so we can pick up rest. Yep, Steelix does always hit. Nature of the beast with that Steelix. Gonna sell that protein for money because we are maxed out with protein stat experience. First things first, let's do a cheeky little heal. So, what don't we need from here? We don't need the protein. Don't need the Nem Melt Ice. Everything else I think I'm going to hold on for just a little while. Gonna get ourselves 11 max repels. Stick the iron in Togedemaru, not in Psyduck, because we're not battling with Psyduck. Now let's take on our 8th gym together. It does feel like that, doesn't it? It does really feel like the NPC has completely different accuracy formulas. They don't. But that is a good point about the RNG. Something I think Snow might be able to look into at some point for us. Goodness me. There we go. Accuracy drops with Togedemaru really have been the Achilles heel. At least we're able to one-shot Seadra. Thank heavens for small mercies. Now that's not a one-shot. That is very, very concerning. So we're going to have to take a heal now. I'm going to grab the extra Paralyzed Cure Berry, I reckon. He's named Softcleese because of Softcleese in the anime. Softcleese in the anime had a Togedemaru. So this is why we get the extra Super Repel, just in case we'll grab that spare elixir. Grab that nugget for money. Revive, which we can also sell for money. And I think it's that one there, but our bag is full. So we'll toss that straight away, actually. And we'll pick up the Paralyzed Cure Berry. Teleports back. Heal twice, just to be doubly sure that we're healed. And while we're here, we'll sell the nugget. Because we do need the bag space a little later on. Back into the gym we go. Hopefully we'll be able to work some magic against Claire. Stick on the Paralyzed Cure Berry, preferably on to Togedemaru. And welcome in, Rumus. I hope you're having a lovely, lovely afternoon. So if we start off with a Metal Claw, and then we do a Fell Stinger, then we'll see where we go from here. So Metal Claw's a one-shot on Dragonair. Another one-shot on the Dragonair. Maybe start off with a Metal Claw here. Try and keep her out. No, she got into healing range. There we go. Claire defeated. Thank goodness for that. Notifications seem to have been turned off for quite a few people. Not 100% sure why. It's just YouTube being YouTube. Didn't get Thunder Waved here. Absolutely wonderful. Grab this calcium there. Gonna grab the Max Elixir. And we'll do a very quick bag sort. Inventory management is very, very vital in Gen 2. The sailing's a little bit rough with this Pokemon, I've got to be honest. Not being the smoothest of rides, but we're definitely making the best of it. Actually, I want the healing items there. I'll stick that in. That makes sense to me. There is one thing more we need to do. Need to put the max repels there, and we can start the timer once more. And do some really bad movement. And there we go. We're finally going to get Claire's badge. Yes, Togedemaru has very good physical attack, but absolutely terrible special attack. I reckon we're on course for about a 135, 140. Honestly, because they're electric moves, I doubt I'm going to teach them, Dan. So let's dig our way out of here. Get a call from Professor Elm. We are going to now teleport back to the Pokemon Center to heal up. And then we'll fly to New Park Town and start making our way onwards towards the League. So we are very much in endgame of Johto now. We can start turning our attentions towards Kanto. So we'll grab the rare candy. Got a feeling we might need all 10 rare candies for poor Togedemaru. Skip that trainer, skip that trainer. We'll take this one on. I'm nervous about the new routing, honestly, Kanbei. It's going to be my first time doing it in an actual live run. Psychics are good to take on because they are, of course, weak to Fell Stinger. So we can get the attack boosts. Trying to save some PP there. Didn't quite pay off though. The plan for Red is to panic, honestly. I haven't got any real plan in mind yet. Iron Tail, absolutely not. But I reckon if we get red lots into trapping moves with rollout, we could stand a good chance. Now, we do have a mandatory Ninetales coming up, which is worrying me. Right, so let's take this one on. Felstinger on the bug. And we might as well carry on Felstinger on Golduck as well. I think rollout's going to be our best option against the Rapidash. I do like throwing out an unexpected playthrough every now and then. How are you today, Morgan? Yes, Sophocles has turned 50. Not a second too soon either. I'm doing very well, thank you, Morgan. So we can get the attack boost there. Typhlosion comes out and we, of course, miss and get burnt. Absolutely not game. Rollout has screwed us over so much today. And we get burnt for a second time. Absolutely ridiculous. It's been a while since Rival 5 has given us some grief. Also used the wrong move there. We're paralysed. Could still make it through, might not. We don't get locked into paralysis. Then we stand a fair chance. There we go. Just about through by the Stratocornea on the skin of our teeth. Togedemaru is one of those Pokemon that either does fantastically or struggles, but we're going to say thank you to the HM friends now. So it's thank you to Kenya Abra Psyduck and merci to Paris. Going to get our full restores. We'll either need them or we won't. We'll absolutely save before going into the league. So let's take a look at our stats going in. We are level 51 with 158 HP, holding the King's Rock with Metal Claw, Rollout, Spark, and Fell Stinger. We've got 142 in attack, 103 in defense, 78 in special attack, 112 in special defense, and 134 in speed. Are they going to be enough for us through the league? Let's hope so. Its nose is missing, that means it smells terrible. So let's get the attack boost going up. A little from column A, a little from column B for the smelling. It turns out that Fell Stinger is attack increasing by 2 each time. I was mistaken with how we did this backport. Don't drink me, Ariados. Oh, that's very frustrating, D1. Code goes free, thank goodness. But I have a feeling that Bruno won't be. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to sacrifice Spark now in place of a return. We're also going to use one of our 5 full restores because we picked one up at the Lake of Rage. So let's see how Bruno goes. We could be here a while. Strap yourselves in. Nice King's Rock flinch. Very nice one shot. Gonna take some damage there. It's the Machamp I'm very worried about though. And he crits. To be expected, Cross Chop is a high critical hit ratio move. Less damage than I thought from old Spinny Legs there. We're going to be throwing the dice here, probably for a cross-shot miss. I'm going to check the moves.asm after the league. I'm going to double-check Metal Claw's accuracy. Because it does not feel like a 95% accurate move. It also looks like we high-rolled against Hitmonchan last time. So what I am going to do, I'm going to skip the King's Rock. And I'm going to try the Pink Bow. This could be Togedemaru's undoing, you know. Because now we are relying on a cross-shot miss. Which cross-shot isn't 100% accurate. If it was anything like our Metal Claw, it would have missed. Oh, I am kicking myself. Why didn't I use Fell Stinger there? Because now our attack is upped. Alright. Idea time. The penny hath dropped. Hitmontop is not a range. Actually, I lie like a rug, it is a range. But a very broad range. So if we use return now, that's a guaranteed one-shot. Gonna take damage here regardless, but we now have boosted attack. So that means return's a guaranteed one-shot against the Machamp. Then we can Metal Claw. That was me getting stuck in my own head. But we are now through Bruno. Especially with something like a backported move combo, sometimes just doesn't get on your radar in time. Nice crit, and we're at max accuracy. Return's going to be a one-shot here. Return's a one-shot here. Gengar Metal Claw, maybe, question mark? Yep, that's a one-shot. Carry on with Metal Claw. And we're through Karen. Right, the trick here, clearly, is to use Fell Stinger to our advantage. Now, we don't have a Paralyzed Cure Berry for Lance, which is a little bit worrying. So we're going to try the old rollout technique to begin with. Not going to learn Zigzag. He sent out the level 50 first. Goodness me. And rollout missed. When we needed it to hit, rollout missed. How many times have we said that today? It's always frustrating when you take a reset in a battle where you're learning a move. There's some extra time added on. Because we can tank that. It's all about whether we outspeed the Aerodactyl and hit, which we do. We're through Lance. And we are finally at the Hall of Fame. Goodness me. And our league time is 1:21:13. We've got some end credits, which can be quite flashy. So I'm going to take a couple of minutes break, wet my whistle, have another little stretch, and then we'll get on with the final part of this run. And we are back. Thank you so much for your patience there. Got some donuts in my face, so I'm going to be very happy with those after stream. Should we get the last part of this run done? Gonna unpause the timer and get the run back underway. So we'll get the SS ticket from Professor Elm, and now it's time to welcome back the HM friends. So we're going to cycle all the way to Cherry Grove. And we will welcome back Kenya, Abra, Psyduck, and Paris. They're the Tesco's pink ring donuts that I've got, Rumus. I do like a good ring donut. And we're going to grab our final 2 rare candies here in the Johto region. First of which is tucked all the way in Mount Malta. I'm not going to get the Defense Curl TM. Feel free to run to my house and steal them. You know where I live, Rumus. Absolutely don't want to get caught by that spinner. I am drinking Coke Zero today. Generally try and avoid energy drinks, because I am of an anxious disposition at the best of times, and energy drinks very much exacerbate that. Voidcat is doing very well. Currently looking at getting a flea collar for him, because he seems to be quite prone to getting fleas. He's had them 3 times in the last few months. Now, I may be a little bit quiet for the first parts of the Kanto run, because I'm going to be doing the new routing. So it will take a little bit of focus. Oh, the fleas really do seem to be bad. They came in through the office, and the officers had to have the exterminators in a good 3 or 4 times, and they're just not shifting. So we're going to teleport back to Vermilion City, and the first thing we still do in Kanto is the last thing we do in Johto. Gonna get another rare candy, this time to the chairman of the Pokemon Fan Club. And now we're gonna go straight into Surge. So Surge is now our first Kantonian gym leader. You know what, I'm going to take the double hit here to get an attack boost off Bellstinger, because then that should turn the Magneton into one shot. Excellent. I'm learning. Then the rest of this battle is easy, and we get Surge's badge in 332. So now our next destination is going to be Saffron, where we dip into the Pokemon Center. And we're going to be taking on Erica next. So we'll grab the lefties from the bin. We'll also grab the PP up from the bush. We'll be using those a little bit later on. And now let's take on Erica's Grass-type gym. Yep, gotta get your PP up in these runs. Executor is 4 times weak to bugs, so we'll absolutely use Bellstinger there. Don't think we need to go through the super effective text here. 3 one-shots is all it should take. And we've defeated Beauty Julia. Let's take on Erica. I'll happily have you use Gear Drain. So our attack is now boosted. We're going to use our return against the Victory Bell. Use another Fell Stinger. Oh, that is a very good point. They'd have to offer antihistamines at the door. And Erica's done in 126.04. Now, those of you who are eagle-eyed may spot that we are going to Fuchsia City next. So we're going to take the cycling road, because we move exceptionally fast down cycling road. And we've only got this one mandatory to take care of. And we're very much taking advantage of the fact that Janine is such a low level here by getting her crossed off early. We'll use a Metal Claw against the Venomoth. And we get the Soul Badge in 127.07. So now we're going to teleport back to Saffron City. And let's make our way over to Lavender Town. Got one mandatory Machamp here. And we're going to make our way through Rock Tunnel. We'll stick on a rappel, we'll also flash, get on the bike, and let's hope I can remember the routing. It's this room that always confuses me, but I got through. And we're through Rock Tunnel, and it's suddenly daytime. We were in there for that long. So we'll talk to the manager of the power plant now. And we're going to fly back to Saffron and take on Sabrina. Well, that was bad movement. So yeah, things have been slightly reordered. And by slightly, I mean we're doing it in a completely different order. Thank you for popping in, Jacob. I hope you have a lovely, lovely rest of your day. Use the first of our max elixirs here. Then we'll cycle over to Cerulean. Get lost en route. And we shall do a Nugget Bridge. So yeah, this routing is a little bit clunkier at the very beginning. But I really like this routing. Because instead of having a mandatory with 2 Pokemon, with Golduck Sandslash, we've got just a mandatory with the Machamp, which is really good physical attack stat experience. Also, going down Cycling Road means we're skipping a rappel, and we're also travelling at least twice as quickly. Yes, they did get rid of that tree south of Cerulean at long last. Really wish I could root out Nugget Bridge, though. This is my least favourite part of any run. Because you're in Kanto, you just want to get the game finished. Just going to use a super potion here. And then we fly to Cerulean, taking advantage of the fact it's just one button press to fly here. We'll of course Surf to assert our dominance. We'll take on her gym. Have you seen our special attack? Let's hope this doesn't range. There we go. Now, I forgot to split for Sabrina. And what you're supposed to do is grab the machine part there. And now we can teleport back to Power Plant. Oh, for goodness sake, Metal Hammer, I really, really hope that it's not messed your work day up too much. Yes, every electric move would be special, and that's just not a thing with Togedemaru. So now we'll fly to Lavender. We can take care of Snorlax now. We're able to combine another set of repels with this routing. So we're menuing less, and we're taking on better trainers for the run. Yes, the new route still has 3 drill. No way I'm going to abandon 3 drill. Very good friend of mine in the Kanto region is 3 drill. Right, so we'll start off with a Metal Claw against Graveler. Metal Claw for the Rhyhorn. Nice crit on the Kabutops. And we'll finish off the Onix with a Metal Claw as well. Yes, there are no trainers better than 3 drill. He's the ultimate boss of this run. And we've defeated him, so we can all go home. Do need to improve my movement in this particular part of the run, actually. My pewter through to Cinnabar Island is not great. Yes, that is why Red is hiding out in Mount Silver. And now Blaine is actually our penultimate gym leader. Nice one shot on the Bumhead Fireduck. And we finish off the Rapidash in 1 hit as well. So we can teleport back to Viridian City now. And we're ready to take on Blue. Now I have a horrible feeling Blue's going to start whirlwinding us. Yes, rollout does go burr. That's what I thought. We're going to have to deposit the HM friends once more. So it's thank you to Kenya, Abra, Psyduck, and merci to Paris. And we're going to have to take on Blue yet again. That doesn't count as a reset because that's just AI shenanigans. We already have the time penalty of having to go into the Pokemon Center. Perfect time for the Arcanine. Bell Stinger the Alakazam to increase our attack. Then we've got Metal Claw for the Rhydon. Then we can finish off the Gyarados with a return. Yes, the Pidgeot Sprite is very, very good at negative space. Now we do have to retrieve the HM friends once more. So it's welcome back to Kenya, Abra, Psyduck, and merci to Paris, or bienvenue to Paris, I should say. Fly to Pallet Town. Grab ourselves Mount Silver from Professor Oak. That made no sense. But we will unlock Mount Silver. We'll teleport back to Viridian. Stick on our penultimate max repel of the run. And now all we've got to think about is red. Togedemaru's really had its struggles, but I'm very impressed with it, I've got to be honest. I'm learning an awful lot about how sprites work. The answer is very, very difficultly. A last repel used. So let us now move our rare candies. Where on earth are they? There they are, up to the top. We'll drop down a hard save. And now let's try at red. So the good news is we outspeed everything already. The bad news is I didn't heal. So let's take care of that now, shall we? Always something I forget at red. Take two. We are now ready. Nice crit on the Pikachu. Two shot on the Espeon and we raise our attack. Sunny Day is bad, but we now have Fell Stinger increasing our attack once more. Don't quite knock out the Snorlax, which means we can get another Fell Stinger. So we're now at max attack. We outspeed the Charizard. That just leaves Blastoise left to go. I've got a feeling Return will do it. 1:39.06. Togedemaru really did have a good red fight there. So let's now generate the leaderboard with Togedemaru in its place. We really were worried about red for no reason. Goodness me, that was a little bit more of a panic than I thought. Just shows how overpowered a move like Fell Stinger is. So let's get the leaderboard up, shall we? And as we can see, we're in 6th place on the leaderboard. So not the best from Togedemaru, but absolutely not the worst overall when we go to our full leaderboard. And you can see on the full leaderboard, we're in 62nd place, in between Sneasel and Stantler. And honestly, I reckon that's fair for where it is. But, of course, we are streaming, so there is one last thing we need to do. Going to skip through these end credits. And we are going to fly back to Violet City. Going to give the mail to Kenya. And we will say, Kenya, thank you so much for your help over the last 1 hour and 39 minutes. It's time you go home. So thank you so much, Kenya. And we'll head back into the Pokemon Center. And we'll do our save. Weird it will be coming one day, yes, Gemma. But with that, we are done. I'm going to say thank you all so much for watching. I'm going to be back very, very soon. If you want to see more Gen 2 shenanigans, Luke is going to be carrying on with his Nuzlocke on Monday at 2 PM at youtube.com/@LucasPlays. I'll be back very soon, maybe even tomorrow if I've got the energy. And I will say thank you all so much for watching, and an extra special thank you, of course, to the wonderful Peach Leaf for gifting 5 subs, to the lovely Kanbei for 5 subs, for Lucas and Gemma for resubscribing for 5 and 6 months apiece, and to Kim's Mad World for the 249 contributions to the stream. Thank you for watching, everybody. I shall see you all very, very soon.